Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is What If Naruto Gained God Key Part 5. Last time we left off with Naruto and Jiraiya about to head out to find Tsunade, and yeah, Naruto and Jiraiya head out, and they're on the way, and Jiraiya's like, oh yeah, Naruto, let me show you the technique I wanted to teach you. And Naruto's like, yes, finally. And so Jiraiya's like, so first step, you try to pop the balloon inside. You try to pop this water balloon with putting your chakra in it. And Naruto, since he has God Key and he knows how to use a bit of it, he pops it straight away. And he used his chakra, but his chakra is engulfed with destructiveness. So yeah, he knows how to use God Key, Annihilation 100. So then Naruto is like, alright, what's the second, then what's the next step? And Jiraiya's like, already? What the hell? Alright, here. This is the second step. Try to pop this. And Naruto's like, okay. And then Jiraiya's like, alright, that should take him a bit longer. And then Naruto pops it in a day. I'll say in a day because he actually tried, actually, let's say he did it in a second. Yeah, he's like, boom. And now comes the hard bit for Naruto. Jiraiya's like, alright, cool, you're sick. Try to put all your chakra in here and contain the balloon. And Naruto's like, oh, okay, should be easy, right? Next thing you know, it takes him 3 days, keeps popping it because of his destructiveness. Naruto can't really hold it in, and it just gets destroyed there. And so Naruto gets pissed off. He's like, God damn it, fam. And it takes him a few days. But then one day Jiraiya's like, alright, you're staying in this hotel and training while I go do some research. And he goes off. And then Naruto gets a knock on his door, and he can feel. Remember, Naruto can actually sense chakra much better because of Whis training, sensing ki, but Naruto can sense chakra. And yeah, he sensed ominous ki or chakra. And he's like, nah, fam, let me back up for a minute and let me think about this. Should I open the door or should I not open the door? So Naruto's like, alright, cool, let me open it. He opens it, sees two men, both wearing black robes with red clouds on it. And Naruto's like, what the hell? Hello? Or what is this? And Kisame is like, oh, so this is the Nine-Tails brat, isn't he? And Itachi replies by saying, yes, indeed he is. And Naruto's like, the Nine-Tails? Wait, what? No. Are you guys, who are you guys? And then they're like, we are the Akatsuki, and we're going to take you away with us. And Naruto's like, take me away with you? Hell no. Nah, fam. You ain't touching me, pedo. And Kisame is like, what'd you just call me? And Naruto's like, I don't want to go with you. And then Kisame is like, well, you'll have to or I'll kill you. And then Itachi says, Kisame, you know we can't kill a Jinchuriki, correct? And Kisame is like, yeah, sorry. And Kisame tries to actually grab Naruto, but Naruto actually was way too fast for Kisame. Remember, Naruto's already in his ki form. He's like, nah, fam, I ain't taking this. He ain't taking me away. I got shizo to do, fam. I got things to do. Nah, you ain't touching me. Yeah, so Naruto backs up and he's like, hey, bro, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. I don't want to get touched. I ain't gay. I'm not gay. Don't touch me. I don't know if you're gay. I respect gay people, but don't touch me, please. And Kisame is like, you brat, and literally blitzes Naruto, punches him in the gut. Naruto then smirks, saying, is that all you can do? And just saying Naruto's durability is way stronger than what it used to be. And then Naruto punches Kisame bare hard, punches him through the building, and says, alright, so you're next, right? Correct? Okay. And tries the Rasengan, but as soon as he gets close to Itachi, disappears, meaning that he still can't contain it. And then out of nowhere, Kisame tries to slice off Naruto's arm, so he can't punch him anymore. And Naruto backs up and says, okay, you guys are strong. I can't lie. If you took that punch and came back in less than 30 seconds, I don't know what you are, but you're some kind of god or something, fam. And so Naruto then lets out all his destructive power and says, come at me. And just saying, Kisame actually does, and Naruto actually catches Samehara and saying, "Is that all you can do?" And then basically does a ki blast into Kisame. It doesn't kill Kisame. It's like one of those spirit ki blasts. You know, the one that it's like Naruto's it's like you know, in Naruto the Last thing. I forgot his name. 1 second. Tonary, there we go. I'm not Tenary. What's Tenary? What, Ten and Tamari put together? Anyway, Tonary. You know how he puts that little chakra into Hinata, makes him makes her his slave, yeah, sex slave. I'm joking. Anyway, why did I say that? I might get demonetized for that. Anyway, so yeah, that happens, and Kisame is not under Naruto's control. Kisame is just out of order. He's breathing heavily because that blow was real strong, and Itachi's like, alright, let me activate this, and activates his Mangekyo Sharingan, and is about to put Naruto in a Genjutsu, but remember, God Ki makes him immune to Genjutsu, so once Itachi does the the Tsukiyomi, Naruto's like, was that meant to be a Genjutsu? It didn't even affect me. I didn't even feel it. And then literally blitzes Itachi, and Itachi's like, no, you don't. And actually kicks the hell out of Naruto. Not kicks him. He knees him in the chest. And Naruto really wasn't on guard because he thought he actually got Itachi. But remember, the Sharingan gives you increased reaction time, and especially the Mangekyo Sharingan. Even though Itachi's half blind, he's still overpowered as hell. And he actually kicked Naruto, which actually he kicked the wind out of Naruto. That's all I'm gonna say. And Naruto really wasn't ready for that. And he's like, what the hell? And breathing heavily and then Itachi's like, alright, now you're coming with us, Naruto Uzumaki. And then Naruto and Itachi hear a voice screaming, Itachi! I'm going to kill you, fam! And literally, it's Sasuke and does the Chidori, and Itachi's like, meh, let me catch this, let me strangle you, let me put you under my Genjutsu, and let me kill you. So he throws him to the ground and is like, yeah, where were we? And then out of nowhere, Itachi feels an immense amount of chakra right next to him, and it's Jiraiya, and Jiraiya actually punches Itachi and says, how dare you come for my student, Itachi Uchiha. And Itachi really wasn't he didn't notice him because remember, Jiraiya is one of the best of ninjas in the world right now, and Itachi really didn't notice him. Even with his reaction time, he wasn't able to block the punch. He actually got fully sparked in the face, and by this time Kisame actually got back up and literally tried to blitz Naruto, but Naruto was still able to dodge, just barely. He actually did get caught a bit, and his chakra got drained even more, and he was on the floor now. And then Kisame is like, alright, now let me take this brat away. And then literally he gets kicked in the face, and Jiraiya's like, do you guys really think you can take me on right now? And Itachi's like, Kisame, we have to retreat right now. And that's because they know Jiraiya can go into Sage Mode, and if Jiraiya goes into Sage Mode, they don't know how it works, but if he goes into Sage Mode, it's pretty much GG for them. My guy took like 3 paths of pain in one blow with Sage Mode, and if he only had more into it, he'd probably take around 5, except for the Diva Puff. The Diva Puff could have annihilated him, but still, I believe Jiraiya is actually real strong, and right now, he's not. This is before his injury with Naruto's Full Tails. Remember, that injury did actually hurt him quite a bit, and it actually did affect his ninja life because he actually decreased his stamina. Remember that. If you guys don't remember, I don't know what you guys are on, but still, that's why Jiraiya was actually kind of nerfed in that fight. But it is what it is. So they retreated, and then Guy appeared and says, "Oh, there's Sasuke." And then realizes that Sasuke is in the same state as Kakashi, and Jiraiya is like, we'll find Tsunade and we'll bring her back to the village to kill Sasuke and Kakashi. Now please, Guy, take Sasuke back so me and Naruto can continue our mission. And Guy's like, say no more, fam, I'll be back. I'll wait for you in the village. And Naruto, remember the power of youth, and literally goes off and with the Sasuke on his back. And Then it Jiraiya's like, well done, Naruto. I seen. I see you kept up with them, and Naruto's like, if only I was paying more attention, I could have actually beat Itachi Uchiha. And Jiraiya's like, what do you mean? And Naruto's like, well, you see, you know the guy that nearly cut me in half right there? Yeah, I knocked him out with a few blows, and I was about to knock out Itachi Uchiha, but his Sharingan took a different form. He didn't have any Tomo. It wasn't like Sasuke's one. He first had three Tomoe, now and then it was just a different kind of style on it. And Jiraiya does know about the Mangekyo Sharingan. He did hear about them, and he's like, maybe Itachi is one of the Mangekyo Sharingan users. God damn it, Itachi would have been a hard fight if you actually fought. I don't know why he left, but it is what it is. And then Jiraiya's like, alright, Naruto, let's go to a different hotel and you take a rest. Tomorrow you will start your training again. And Naruto's like, yeah, it's fine. And yeah, so now we get to Tsunade. So the next day Naruto woke up, and at night they were going for a bite to eat, and they find Tsunade, and Tsunade badmouthed all the Hokage, and Naruto got pissed off at this and says, how dare you badmouth the third Hokage? And Tsunade's like, so what, kid? And Naruto's like, shut up, you old hag. You may look 20, but you're actually 50. And that pisses off Tsunade, and she's like, what did you just say to me, little brat? And Naruto is like, you're an old hag. And basically, they take her outside, and she's like, if you can get a blow on me, I'll come back to the village. But, I mean, if you can beat me, I'll come back to the village. But if I beat you, you leave me the frick alone. And Naruto, and then Tsunade's like, I'll only be using one finger for this. And they start the fight, and Naruto's like, do you really think I'll be such an easy fight? And he's more serious now, and he wasn't boosted by adrenaline here like last time. He was actually more serious, and he's thinking straight this time. And what he did is that he blitzed Tsunade, punched her in the gut, and then blitzed and then flew backwards and says, yeah, you were saying. And Tsunade was like, what the? And she was breathing heavily already because Naruto hit a chakra point. Naruto didn't know, but it was a critical hit, and that was pretty much a KO for Tsunade. And then Naruto was like, is that all you can do? I always knew you were old. I don't know why Jiraiya Sensei wants you as a Hokage. And then Tsunade actually says, you brat, and punches the ground, which breaks the ground under Naruto. Naruto actually was able to jump backwards, backflip away from it, and he's like, whoa, her strength is amazing. I now understand why Tsunade is one of the strongest of the, is considered as a legendary Sanin. And then Naruto's like, alright, let me try this. And Naruto forms a Rasengan in his hand, and this time it's perfect because Naruto has mastered the power of the Rasengan, and actually was about to blow it into Tsunade when Tsunade was distracted, and Naruto's like, yeah, let me not do that, and retreats back and says, you see Tsunade, or Bar-chan, yeah, he just started calling him Bar-chan already. He's like, if I hit you there, I wonder what would have happened, especially because you were already out of breath and I was going to catch you off guard. Do you know what could have happened to you? And Tsunade is like, this kid, who's the fool that taught him this technique? Was it you, Jiraiya? And Jiraiya's like, I'm no fool. As you can see, he mastered it. And it's only been a week, just saying. Not even a week. A few days. And Tsunade's eyes widen and says, wow. And he wants to become Hokage. I can see why he will. And Tsunade already has she has respect for Naruto. And just saying, Naruto's bleeding. Naruto got punched a few times, and Tsunade had blood on her hands, and and she was kind of paralyzed until Naruto's like, why are you scared of blood? I've seen plenty of blood in my life. And Tsunade is that, shut up, kid. And Naruto's that, you shouldn't be scared of blood. If you want to, we are trying to find a worthy Hokage. And if Jiraiya if Pervy Sage says you're the best candidate. You shouldn't be scared of blood. And Naruto kind of gave a talk no jutsu about blood, and she's like, hey, this kid's right, let me continue. And she's over her blood fear, and yeah, she goes back. And of course Orochimaru, the thing with Orochimaru never happens, because yeah, and Naruto's still given the necklace because Tsunade believes that he will become Hokage, and is like, here, this was given to me from the first Hokage, I believe you should have it. And Naruto's like, but why? And she's like, I believe you will become Hokage one day. And Naruto's like, thank you, Bachan. And I know this is a bit all over the place, but I'm sorry, I didn't script this well enough. I'm reading off my laptop right now, but still, I hope you're still enjoying it. Anyway, I'll be making another wife today anyways. So then Naruto and the Jiraiya, Shizune, and Tsunade go back to the village, and everyone cheers for the 5th Kage, and they all congratulate Jiraiya, but no one congratulates Naruto except for Hinata. She's like, well done, Naruto, you got our 5th Kage. And Naruto's like, thank you, Hinata. And he goes back to a date. Well, Tsunade goes and heals Kakashi and then Sasuke, and Sasuke sees Naruto next to him and sees that the new 5th Hokage Tsunade. He thanks her, but then while Sakura actually hugged him and was crying for Sasuke, and Tsunade looks back at Naruto, and Naruto was kind of hurt by this, a lot, just saying, he was hurt a lot, and it is what it is. But then Naruto was in the hospital room with Sakura. Sakura was actually carrying an apple for Sasuke, and then Sasuke just slaps her away because he got way too jealous, and he's like, Naruto, come to the roof with me. And Naruto's like, why should I come to the roof? And why'd you slap those apples away from Sakura? You know how long it took her to cut them. And Sasuke's like, I don't care, you come with me to the roof right now and fight me. And Naruto's like, if I fight you, you'll die. And Sasuke's like, are you assuming you're stronger than me? And Naruto's like, I'm not assuming, I'm stating it. And Naruto's kind of pissed off because he's already pissed off that Sakura didn't say anything to him for bringing back the 5th Kage. And she didn't even thank Naruto. She was only thanking Tsunade because she healed him. But he is what he is. And then Naruto's like, you really want to take this up to the roof? And yeah, so they go to the roof, and in the end, Sasuke actually does his fire Chidori thing, and he was about to hit Naruto, but then Kakashi was actually coming in the way, but Naruto wasn't even using the Rasengan. He's like, no you don't, and jumps over Sasuke and kicks him in the back of the head. Sasuke falls to the ground, and Naruto has already come up to Sasuke and says, do you really want to fight me now, once the kunai is up to your neck? And Sasuke smirks and says, that wasn't my true plan, and then turns into a lightning clone. And Naruto was completely stunned, but just saying, Naruto is immune to paralysis because he has God Ki. And he's like, and he was faking he was paralyzed. And Sasuke was about to Chidori him, and that's when Kakashi came in thinking that Sasuke was going to kill Naruto, but then Naruto's like, there's no need, Kakashi sensei, and literally blitzes Sasuke, punches him in the gut, and Sasuke's Chidori was gone. Sasuke was on the floor, hurt, and Naruto's like, I told you, Sasuke, you shouldn't fight me, especially because I'm a perfect counter to you with lightning release. And Sasuke's like, just how are you this strong, Naruto? And Naruto's like, it's hard, it's called hard work and good training. I've never been considered as a prodigy. I've never been thanked for anything I did. Everyone thought you were the one who saved the village from the attack of from Shikaku. But of course, no one praised me when you were on the floor, fainted. You were out cold on the ground, while I was the one fighting Shikaku with all my strength, and I nearly died. But of course, everyone praised you. They didn't even say thank you to me. Not even Sakura. She was the one who was hugging you once the attack was over. Of course. I mean, everyone does hate me, but still, even if I do something right, even if I save people, even if I protect the village with my own life, you'll always be praised instead of me. I hate you, Sasuke. You're not my friend. You're just a pest to me. And Kakashi heard this, and he's like, Naruto, you shouldn't say this. And Naruto looks at the Kakashi and is like, And you, Kakashi Sensei, you've never helped me. You've always cherished Sasuke as your precious student, and you've always trained him. Even in the tuning exams, I asked you to help me, but of course you're like, no, I have to train Sasuke. Of course, nothing for me, but only for Sasuke. And you, Sakura, all you do is lick Sasuke's feet every day, and nothing else. You're useless, Sakura. You don't know how to do anything. Even in the land of waves, you didn't do anything. Sasuke helped me, I appreciate that, but now he's just being a prick. And Naruto just goes off, all pissed off, and just saying, Kurama is already taking advantage of Naruto's rage right now, and Naruto's in his thing, Kurama Ice state, and it's weakening the seal already. But then Naruto's like, what am I saying? I'm just an idiot, I just got jealous. And he goes back to normal and says, I gotta go apologize one day or tomorrow. I don't know. I don't want to be in this team anymore though. And he goes off to the four Hokages, the top of the, the Hokage's face monuments, and he's on the four Hokage's one, and he actually sheds a few tears. And while that was happening, Kakashi was like, maybe I was a bit too harsh on Naruto. Maybe I should have trained him. All I did is train Sasuke. And look at him. He tried to kill his own teammate. And then Jiraiya's like, well, that was one spectacle. Maybe I should go and console Naruto. And Kakashi's like, wait, Jiraiya, Master Jiraiya? And then Jiraiya's like, yeah. And then Kakashi asks, were you the one who taught Naruto? And Jiraiya's like, well, yeah, of course. I was the one who taught him in that 1 month of training. That's how he became so resilient and strong. Even though Whis taught him a lot more, but still, Naruto got Jiraiya's will of fire, and Naruto's word is still never go back on his words and protect his friends. But now he's just he's just pissed off. He's not going dark. He was just pissed, and he was just thinking over what he did, and he was like, maybe I should go apologize to my team. But then again, his consciousness is like, no, I don't want to be in this team anymore. They don't like me. They don't do anything for me. They never helped me, to be honest. And that's correct, except for the land of waves where Kakashi was protecting all of them. Nothing else really happened, and Sakura never helped him. Okay, maybe the tips, but still nothing else. And Sakura's pretty much useless now. She is useless as usual. Sasuke is just literally being a prick. All he does is like, oh, I need power. He's power hungry. And while Naruto's trying to protect both of them, he risks his life to protect the village and his teammates. Still, all the everything goes to Sasuke, and yeah. So Sasuke is still pissed and goes off after standing up, and he's like, damn Naruto. And Kakashi's like, Sasuke, you shouldn't do that. You were trying to kill Naruto, weren't you? And Sasuke's like, it's none of your business, Kakashi. And Kakashi's like, maybe I shouldn't have taught you the Chidori. And Sasuke's like, so what if you did? I mean, you're useless to me. And Kakashi's like, oh really? That's why I protected you in the land of waves, right? That's why you couldn't do anything. And Kakashi was kind of getting pissed off, because he's not pissed off at Sasuke or anyone. He's pissed off at himself, and he just got ticked off, and he's like, whatever. And Sasuke goes off, and he's like, all pissed off, but Kakashi follows him, and he's like, Sasuke, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, but you really shouldn't be angry at Naruto. Naruto worked hard for this power. You should just work. You worked as hard, but Naruto had a bit more training than you, since you were out for a few days. You should just train harder, and you'll become just as strong as him. And Sasuke is still pissed, and just saying, Team 7 is completely done for now. And Sakura was just left on the roof, just there, and she realized how useless she was, because she could do nothing to stop them from fighting. She couldn't even help Naruto in the land of waves. She couldn't help him against Shikaku. In fact, she was the one who had Naruto pinned because she got. And once she woke up, all she did, even though her and Sasuke were injured, but Naruto was way more injured than them two both. He was literally on the brink of death. He was on the floor, with his head busted. He was bleeding, and Sakura still went to Sasuke, and she didn't even think about Naruto until the Jonins came and saw Naruto, and she realized how useless and how naive she was being all the times being with Sasuke, and she was actually really sad that Naruto had to go through all that pain just for her and Sasuke. But then, while this was happening, Sasuke was actually met by the Sound 4, and they're like, do you want power, Sasuke Uchiha? And Sasuke's like, who are you? And they're like, you know that mark on your neck? And he's like, yeah, so what? And they're like, he has a second form, you know, and it gives you power beyond what you can imagine. And Sasuke's like, so, and then they're like, it's enough power to beat your brother Itachi and that brat Naruto Uzumaki. And that kind of intrigued Sasuke, and he's like, yeah, and can I know how you get that? And they're like, if you come with us, we will show you. And Sasuke's like, but how can I trust you guys? And they're like, you can have a bit of time to think over this. We'll be leaving tonight at 10 o'clock. Just meet us outside the village, and we'll take you to Lord Orochimaru. And yeah, while that was happening, Naruto was actually with Jiraiya now, and Jiraiya was on top of the Hokage monument, and Jiraiya was like, you know, you were a bit too harsh on them, right? And Naruto's like, yes, I know, I shouldn't have said all those bad things, and I feel bad. And Jiraiya's like, it's fine, there's always time to fix things, right? Naruto's like, are you sure? But I was really rude to them. And Jiraiya's like, there's no need to cry over that. You can still fix things. You can just go and apologize to them. And well, Naruto's like, alright, I'll think about it. And Jiraiya's like, you shouldn't think about it, you should just go. And Naruto's like, alright. So he goes off to Kakashi, and he finds Kakashi on top of a tree reading his book. But you can see Kakashi's eye. It was actually a bit down, and he can see that Kakashi was sad, and Naruto understood why he was sad, because of him. And so he goes up to Kakashi and says, Kakashi sensei, and Kakashi's like, oh yeah, sorry Naruto, yeah, what did you say? And Naruto is like, I'm sorry for before, I didn't really mean it, it's not your fault. And I know you're the one who was training Sasuke, because you're the only one who has a Sharingan in this village, and you're the only one who can use it. I'm really sorry for being so rude before. And Kakashi's like, no, there's no problem. I understand where you were coming from, and I understand that I wasn't being fair by only teaching Sasuke, and not you and Sakura. And Naruto's like, oh yeah, in fact, I'll have to go say sorry to Sakura as well. And Kakashi's like, oh yeah, anyways, have a good day, Naruto. And Naruto's like, I'm really sorry. And Kakashi just gives him a nice smile, and he's like, I'll train you one of these days, just ask me whenever you need it. And Naruto's like, yeah, sure, thank you. And they both smile at each other, and Kakashi gives a nice smile, and now he's a bit happier. He's in a better mood, that's for sure. And he's like, well, at least my student doesn't completely hate me, and that's a win. Let's get back to the book. So Kakashi's normal again. So Naruto doesn't really have to say sorry to Sasuke, because he did nothing to Sasuke. Sasuke is the one who challenged him and got pummeled. So technically Naruto did nothing to Sasuke. And yeah, then he's searching for Sakura. He couldn't find her the whole time, and it's 10 o'clock. It's around 10 o'clock, and Sakura actually saw Sasuke leaving the village, and Sasuke's like, thank you for everything, and I'm sorry for before. And literally karate chops on the back, and she faints. And now Naruto finds Sakura and wakes her up and says, Sakura, I'm really sorry for before. And then Sakura screams out, Naruto, Sasuke. And Naruto's like, oh my god, why him again? I come here to say sorry. And she's like, Sasuke? Wow. And then Sakura's like, oh, I mean, Naruto, I'm sorry, but Sasuke left the village, please. Bring him back. And Naruto's like, wait, what? And understands why Sakura was being like, Sasuke. And she's like, wait, are you being serious? He left the village. And Sakura's like, yeah. And then so Naruto then is like, okay, I'll get him back, I promise you. And this time Naruto doesn't literally wait for the others' help. he literally goes off on his own. And remember, Naruto still hasn't rested from the this is literally on the day Tsunade came back. So this and just saying, Orochimaru's arms are not healed as usual. He just couldn't find her, and now he found out that Tsunade is in the Leaf Village, so he just doesn't want to go there because he knows Tsunade and Jiraiya are there, and he cannot take them both on together when they're fighting together, and he's on his own without any arms. So yeah, Naruto actually goes off on his own and tells Sakura, tell Bachan that I'll be right back and I'm getting Sasuke. And Sakura's like, please be careful. And Naruto goes off and says, of course it's Sasuke, but I guess she has a reason why. Anyway, let's find him. And Naruto actually caught up with the Soundful, and I'll say that he fights them all individually, one by one, each one, and he's able to beat each one of them because he's using all his God Ki. Yes, his fights are really intense. I'll say that the first one's against the fat guy. I don't care about the names because they're irrelevant and no one really needs to know their names. It's not like they're important. It's not like they're going to be like, they're gonna kill Naruto or something. So the first guy, the fat guy, fights Naruto, and Naruto actually has a pretty hard time. It takes him like around 10 to 15 minutes to fight him off, and then he's like, alright, that's enough, and he says Rasengan and shoves it inside of him and actually pops the hell out of him. He actually annihilates him, and then he's like, I'm not, and the guy was still standing. He was out of his curse mark, but he was still able to fight, and Naruto's like, no you don't, and gets out a kunai and slices his head off, and just saying, he actually added his God Ki to it. So then Naruto's like, that's enough, I'm going to destroy you, and says destroy. Yes, Naruto knows how to. No, he doesn't say destroy. Once he cuts his head off, the fat guy's head just disappears, and his body disappears as well because he was full of negative ki, you know, God of Destruction ki, and he just disintegrates. And Naruto's like, damn, no one, yeah, I could do that. So then he keeps going and he fights. I'll say the girl, I think the girl. I'm not sure. Anyway, he fights her off, and she was much easier because no, actually she was a bit harder in agility wise, but her defense was weaker, so Naruto's blows were much stronger on her, and he was able to take her out in less time than the other one, 10 minutes, and he actually erased her as well accidentally by cutting off an arm, and then her body disappeared. So Naruto is like, alright, maybe I should slow down, I'm running out of chakra and ki. So now it's the spider dude, and the spider dude was actually real hard because his agility was the best out of all three of the ones that he fought all together. Well, the other two. Now it's his third one, and he's having a hard time, especially because one of the arrows hit him. But the thing is, he was immune to bleed. Well, he could bleed, but it wouldn't be a constant bleed. The God Ki would just stop it immediately. It wouldn't be like a blood loss. And Naruto was actually bloodlusted right now because he needs to get Sasuke back. And this guy takes him a full 2 hours. And yeah, he takes him 2 hours because Naruto really doesn't know how to counter him right now, and he's really tired after using all that ki in annihilating the other two, and now he's fighting a stronger one, and he actually got hit multiple times by arrows, and once he nearly hit his head, but Naruto was able to actually punch it away, well, erase it. Is a better way to say it, and the fight is actually pretty intense. In the end, Naruto's like normal, and he is like Rasengan, but this time he adds a lot of ki to it, which actually erases the dude on the spot. Literally, he explodes, and the dude is gone. He's gone from reality. There's no body. There's nothing. Literally, he's gone. Fam. You don't understand. It's basically Zamasu, but this time Beerus. Imagine Beerus annihilates Zamasu with a ki blast. Yeah, it was like that, but Naruto doing it with the Rasengan. And yeah, Whis was seeing all of this, and he's like, Naruto has grown into a strong user of God Ki. Now I have to say, I might have to train him I have to train him in how to control his God Ki powers again. I mean, he's erasing people non-stop. it's kind of bad, because if he fights a friendly fight, he might erase the kid. Anyway, so now Naruto, it's actually day ban. Well, it's actually been like an hour and 40 minutes or something. In an hour and 25 minutes, 2 hours and 25 minutes. So it's 12 a.m. It's the next day, and Sasuke's been there for only 2 hours, and yeah, so Naruto actually really is out of chakra and he needs a rest. So he's like, okay, I'm pretty sure I can send Sasuke. He's not too far, but I need a rest. And while he was resting, he falls asleep. And then the next morning, it's already like 6 a.m. and it was 12 a.m. before, so it's been 8 hours. And Sasuke, I'll say that Sasuke's thing wasn't. I'm not sure how long he actually took, but I won't say it was actually a full day from what I remember. But by this time, the team to go retrieve Sasuke was already set, and this time they had Kakashi in it. Even though Kakashi wasn't in the best of state, he was in the team with Shikamaru, Choji, Kiba, and Neji. Naruto wasn't in it this time, and Lee was still having his operation. So yeah, Naruto still had to. Naruto woke up at 6, and he couldn't really sense them, so he took another hour to find them. And while the team was going through the forests and trees, they did see battle destruction and the craters created by Naruto annihilating everything, and they realized that they're on the right track. Naruto must have fought here, and yeah, and they actually see a few arrows everywhere, the fight against the guy. And Naruto was actually really far from them. It's been like 2 hours, another 2 hours. It's been 10 hours, and I'll say it takes Sasuke 12 hours. And now Naruto is actually real close, and he sees Sasuke. He sees the last dude, and he's like, "Use this! Stop right now!" And basically, or I'll kill you. And then basically he's like, "Oh no, I'm going to get caught. I can't leave this Sasuke here." And then out of nowhere, Kimimaro comes in and says, "You go ahead, I'll have this." And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And he goes on, and Naruto's like, "And who might you be?" And Kimimaru's like, "My name is Kimimaru. You must be the Nine-Tails brat, Naruto's Maki." And they start their little fight. And just saying, the Kakashi's team was an hour away from Naruto. They were going at top speeds, but they were still an hour away. And in this hour, Naruto had to fight off Kimimaro with a immense chakra loss, and and he's really tired. He just woke up. He didn't have much sleeping time, and he's drained. A better way to put it, he's drained. And Naruto's fighting him off, and then he's like, "I can't be asked anymore." And basically, he goes, he runs completely out of chakra, and then he's like, "Nine-Tails, give me your power. I need it." And the Nine-Tails like, "You want my power? Why should I give it, brat? If you die, it'll just be better for me. I'll be free." And Naruto's like, "If I die, I already heard that you won't be able to come back, and it take you decades to come back." And the Nine-Tails like, "You brat. How do you know that?" And then the Nine-Tails remembers him actually reading about it, and Whis telling him about it. Is that alright then? Here you go. And Naruto now is in his free-tailed state already, and he can actually control himself. He's not completely out, and he can control himself. He's like, "You're going to die," and actually erases Kimimaro in one blow. And yeah, he actually erases him, and Kimimaru's like, "I'm sorry, Lord Orochimaru." And Naruto using that amount of chakra was actually immense, and everyone, even the Leaf Village the sensory, Jiraiya felt it through because he was near the Leaf Village. He was actually in it. He was near it. He actually went out for a mission, but he felt the Nine-Tails chakra, and then he disappeared. Kakashi felt it, and they're like, "We're on the right track, this way." And even Tsunade felt it, and she's in the like, "Was that? That must have been Naruto. I felt some of his chakra signature, so a bit of his chakra signature." Everyone felt it, and even the Genin in the mission felt it, and they're like, "Okay, Naruto must be in trouble for you if he's using this much chakra." And And then Naruto runs out of chakra again and says, Nine Tails, more chakra. And the Nine Tails like, if I give you more, you'll die, brat. And Naruto's like, just give me more. And the Nine Tails realizes that Naruto will actually die if he gives him another 3 tails enough chakra. So he gives him just 1 tails, and Naruto is fast enough to catch up with Sasuke now. And Sasuke was actually awoke now, and the last guy, the twin brother guy, is like, you go to Orochimaru. You'll find your way, and someone will pick you up near the Valley of the End. You just go. And Sasuke's like, alright. And he goes off. I'm just saying, Sasuke has the Futomi Sharingan right now. So he goes off even faster. And Naruto's like, no, you don't. And he's fighting off the 2 brothers. And Kakashi and his team were actually literally a minute away. And once they arrive, they see Naruto fighting in the One Tails form. And he's like, get out of my way. And just saying, Naruto has broken ribs and everything. He's finding it hard to fight. He's finding it hard to breathe right now. And he's like, no more. I'm just saying, he's getting healed over time while he's in his 3 tails and everything, 1 tails form. And he raises the guy. And they're like, wait, what just happened? And Naruto actually blitzes past all the trees in the forest, then arrives at the Valley of the End where he sees Sasuke. And Sasuke's like, how did you reach me in such short amount of time? And Naruto's like, you're coming back with me, Sasuke. And just saying, Sasuke was like already 6 minutes away, so their little fight will not be an hour or something. It will just be 6 minutes. And Naruto starts fighting Sasuke, and just saying, Naruto can't use any more of his God Ki because he's completely out of it, and he needs to regenerate. And Whis can see that and sees that Naruto might actually die in this fight if he doesn't fight with with max concentrations. That's what I was meant to say. If he doesn't fight with max concentration, he will die. And so Naruto is now fighting against Sasuke. The fight goes a bit similar, just that Naruto has way better taijutsu now, and in the end he does still do the Rasengan, and his Rasengan was actually 4 times weaker than the original, so he actually loses just because of chakra loss. And he actually lost, yeah, and he took 5 minutes to the fight, and he's on the floor, and Sasuke is like, you were my only true friend, Naruto, and I'm sorry. And he leaves the headband as well, and he goes off and finds Kabuto, who takes him to the hideout. And just saying, Kimimaru, the Sound 4 were the only casualties. The only casualties. 5 tuning slash the Sound 4 were like Jonin level, or maybe mostly tuning level, but the Kimimaru was considered to be Kage level because Curse Mark II reanimated Kimimaru. I know he had according to Kabuto, he did actually improve Kimimaru, but still, Curse Mark II reanimated Kimimaru, was able to keep up with KCM Naruto. KCM Naruto was never able to beat him. Kimimaru was just sent off back to the other world because Itachi was able to actually reverse the summoning jutsu, the reanimation jutsu. And Naruto actually lost the fight against Sasuke, and Kakashi and the Sasuke ritual team actually came back and saw Naruto on the floor and realized that Naruto had to fight all 4 of them because there were 4 different because as Kakashi remembers, there were 4 people that did the barrier around the Hokage, and the army weren't able to get in, and those same exact 4 people were spotted around the village. And they just disappeared, and they apparently they worked for Orochimaru, so he came to the conclusion that those 4 people were the ones who took Sasuke. And Naruto for all of them, and even they even saw the last fight against Kimimaru, where Naruto was able, I'm pretty sure it was against Kimimaru. No, it wasn't. They saw the last fight against the twin brother guy. And Naruto was able to beat it. And just saying, Lee arrived now, and he's like, I'm here. Where's Sasuke? And they're like, he's gone. Naruto. They didn't say failed, but Naruto wasn't able to get Sasuke back. But Naruto did fight 5 tuning slash 4 tuning level or 4 tuning slash Jonin level fighters. and one Kage level fighter, according to the data books, one Kage level fighter with a OP Kekkei Genkai. And just saying, they saw the fighting scene. Well, there were hundreds of bones from the ground, and they're like, what the hell? Did Naruto have to fight this? And Naruto gets taken back, and Naruto's wounds are actually mostly healed by the Nine Tails, but his chakra needed a full week to recover, and Naruto actually was woken once he awoke. Once he came to, he saw Hinata to the left of his well, he saw Hinata next to his bed, and Hinata hugged him, saying that I was so worried, that, and she started crying, and Naruto said, it's fine, Hinata, don't worry about me. And then he saw Sakura, and Sakura's like, I'm really sorry, Naruto, I couldn't help you. And Naruto just smiled back and said, there's no need to worry, Sakura, it wasn't your fault, it's mine, I should have been stronger. And Sakura's like, no, it is. If I was stronger, maybe I could have stopped Sasuke. And Naruto's like, don't worry, you just need to train harder, just train harder. And also, I wanted to say sorry for the other day, I was being too rude to you guys, and please forgive me. And Sakura's like, yeah, it's not your fault, you were just a bit angry, I know. And then Naruto's like, anyways, and then of course Tsunade and Jiraiya came in, and they asked them if they can leave, and because they had to have a chat with Naruto. And Tsunade scolds Naruto for going on his own, because even though he had no intel on the enemy, and he could have died in that fight. So Naruto's like, yeah, but if I didn't go, Sasuke was going to leave anyway. But then Tsunade's like, even if you didn't go, even if you went, Sasuke left, but it's not your fault. It's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that you could have died in this fight. You were being too reckless. You should have waited for backup, and you should have told me so I could have set up a team, but you just went off on your own. And Naruto's like, it was the only way, and I was so close. I was just out of chakra. If I had a bit more. And then Tsunade's like, that's why you needed a team. A ninja can't do everything on his own. Even me and Jiraiya, Jiraiya and Orochimaru were in a team. That's why we were known as the three legendary Sanin, because we used to work together. But now Orochimaru's gone on the dark, and I want to kill him so bad, to be honest. Anyway, then Jiraiya stops this argument and says, anyway, Naruto, you'll be coming with me for 3 years. And Naruto's like, wait, what? And he's like, well, you see, do you remember those guys that attacked you in that hotel? And then Naruto's like, yeah. And Jiraiya's like, well, I was doing some research, and I found out that they're going for all the Jinchuriki, and you're a Jinchuriki, so you're in trouble. And you see how strong they were. Even one of them was able to counter one of your moves, so you need to be prepared. I'm going to train you for 3 years and prepare you for the next encounter against them, and we will capture all of them. And Naruto accepts and says, yeah, sure, but I will still try to get Sasuke back. I'm never going to go back on my word. And Jiraiya's like, only a fool would still try to get Sasuke back. He's with Orochimaru now. He'll never come back to the village. And Naruto's like, if being a fool is how I will live my ninja life, then I'd rather be a fool than be a normal ninja. And yeah, he has that little speech about the fool. I forgot the whole thing. Anyway, I just tried to make it up. Anyway, so I'm going to end off here. I finished Naruto part 1. Now it's Naruto part 2 Shippuden. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was nearly an hour video. Please take care, stay safe. Join my Discord server, link in the description below. Subscribe to Retri and Miniman123. All links in the description below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment if you liked the part. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike if you want, even though it kind of hurts me. Anyway, please share this video out. It's been a while since I made this, nearly 2 weeks, and I hope you all enjoy it. Anyways, this was the King of Weebs here, and peace.